Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. It's Brandy from Stampin Storytellers. My blog is stampinstorytellers.blogspot.com, and I'm going to show you a fun card using the Honeybee stamp set. And we're not actually using the dies today, but there is a die set that matches. You can see the first image on page 5 of our new Spring Mini Catalogue. So there is the Honeybee bundle on page 30. And I can show you that full page here. So there's some great bee images, the hive and flowers, some great sentiments. And then the dies, there's a detailed bee die. And then this outline bee cuts out the larger bee. A small bee, which cuts out this stamp. And then the hive die. And then these extra dies for the flowers, and there's even some little hearts in there. So let's get started. We are going to use the Golden Specialty Designer Series paper as well. This is a free Sale-A-Bration choice, so if you spend $60, you can choose this item for free. It is 12 sheets of double-sided 12 by 12 pattern paper. So we will start by folding a crumb cake card base in half. And then I'm going to right away adhere a layer of 5 1/4 by 4 of Pretty Peacock cardstock. And I just find if I do this right away, then I can just focus on the cardstock layer that we will be stamping on. So I'll put that aside. Then we'll work on the inside layer. I'm going to stamp in crumb cake ink one of the flower images. I'm just going to bring in this scrap piece of paper here. And I'm just going to stamp a couple of them at the bottom. Be 3. Just to give some detail to the inside of our card. Then on a scrap of crumb cake, just a narrow strip, it's about 1/2 inch, I'm going to use that same flower, but I'm going to stamp it off first. And right there, so just one on that one strip. Then in Pretty Peacock, I'll stamp our sentiment over top of this flower in Pretty Peacock ink. Did I say that? And this says thank you. So I'm going to set that aside and let it dry. Then here comes the messy part. We are going to use this piece of the Designer Series paper. So it has gold accents on one side and then it's all black and white on the other. So this is 5 inches by 3 3/4. And I'm going to start with my brayer. And you roll the brayer on your ink pad. I'm just going to turn this. And start at the top and then go all the way down. You're going to make an ombre variegated look. So I will go all the way to the bottom. But every time I start, I'm going to start at the top to make the top darker. And you kind of keep going until you get your desired look. Maybe one more. So there I have an ombre looking card front just by using that black and white paper. So I can set this aside now. Then I will, let's see, what do we do first? Let's use our scalloped linen ribbon. I just need a piece that will just tuck on either side of this layer. Then we have this new punch in the new tag punch in our mini catalog. So I have punched this already and I've embossed it using the Layered Leaves embossing folder. So when you punch it, then you just have a plain tag. You can either add a hole to add ribbon, or you can add a slot. So we're gonna do the slot. So the best way that I've found is if I push it through all the way so that I can see the edge, and then I pull it back just to the center, and then it makes my slot. So I'll do that again. Push it through so that you can see the edge of your tag, and then pull it back until you can just not see your tag anymore. And then it should be pretty even. That's the best way that I've found so far. There might be a better way. So if you have one, then let me know. Then we can put it on our ribbon like this. So I will add a glue dot to either end of my ribbon. Lay that and fold that over. And then you can still move it because we didn't adhere it or anything. Then I have cut out or die cut the, I don't know what this would be called, the largest stitched die and the small circle die. So this one is in Crumb Cake, this one is Pretty Peacock, and then I've also embossed them after I die cut them with the subtle embossing folder. These two dies are from the Stitched Labels dies. They match the Stitched All Around stamp set in our annual catalog. So I'll add some adhesive to the back of this circle, and I'm going to tuck it underneath where our black label is and glue that down. Then I can reposition that to see where I want it, and I'm just going to add 2 glue dots underneath to make sure that it holds the ribbon down as well. Oops. There we go. So that's holding the ribbon down, but this still moves in between. So now we need 1 glue dot. This one isn't totally necessary, but I don't want it to move around. So then I stick this one in between the ribbon and the label, and now it won't move anywhere. Then I have that little tiny stitch circle, and I'm just going to add that with a little bit of Tombow centered on our tag. And we can take this and adhere it to the front of our card. And I'll just center that there. Then we can come back to our sentiment that we stamped. I'm going to use the tailored tag punch to punch each end. You can also use your triple banner punch. I just like to use this punch for as many things as I can. I'll get a little more off that. There we go. So then we have our thank you sentiment. And we will just adhere that on top, centered on our little tag. And now we can add our inside layer to the inside of our card. Whoops. And the final touch, so our card is finished. I use Wink of Stella on almost every card. It's so much, it just adds that extra bling without using big rhinestones or anything. So I'm going to randomly color some of these little flowers that are on our DSP. And I believe in the less is more. If you want to color all of them, you could, but then it doesn't become an accent anymore. So if I just color a few of these. And because the Wink of Stella kind of acts like a blender pen, it blends that ink in nicely. Maybe one up here and then I'm finished. See, that adds a little bit of shine. makes it specialty DSP, and then I also do the same thing on my inside flowers. And there we go. There's a fun card using the honeybee bundle that isn't necessarily using the bumblebee images, just using the DSP, and the sentiment is from the stamp set as well. I hope you enjoyed my video today. If you would like to purchase any of the items used in my video today, you can purchase them directly from my blog, stampinstorytellers.blogspot.com, and please use this current host code and I will send you a make and take packet in the mail as well. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.